Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's a Transformation Tuesday. Welcome to our Tuesday edition of our leadership call. My name is Mariam Kareem, and I'm so happy to have everybody here so that we can learn how to grow our businesses and get healthier. That is the theme that I hopefully is bringing tonight. We need to get healthier with our businesses, healthier in our minds with the best mindset to go forward with our businesses. But I'm telling you, I heard there's a challenge out there that we are doing a special, challenge. I don't know the details, but I've already got my products ready. And I've been going up and down the stairs. I don't have stairs in my house in Dallas, but here in Chicago, I've been going up and down the stairs. And I'm telling you guys right now, watch out because I just made hit in these next 90 days, the final um goal that I have for myself for my health. And I want everybody to do that. Just go for it. Just push yourself, push yourself. You can do it. I can do it, and I know you guys can do it as well. So that being said, I hope you all will be ready. You got your blue pens ready. I'd like to introduce you to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Sanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, seven-figure earner at our Green Organic Company at HBN, and our first six-figure earner over at Grow Dishonor. An amazing, amazing teacher, always has the information on how to build your business where it needs to be. So, Coach Will Sanders, are you available, sir?
Miriam, I am available. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Always good to have you on. And I also want to send a special shout out. Thank you to Coach Marcus for getting these Zooms set up on his channel and all that good technical stuff that I, for better for worse, still haven't learned how to do just yet. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of cool announcements that we will save for a little bit later on the call. I just have a very short portion of training I want to share, maybe a little bit later, based on mindset. And I don't know how it is. Miriam is always in sync with everybody, and she's talking about mindset. And I said, okay, fantastic. That was what I was going to talk about tonight too, mindset. But before we do that, let me get the man of the hour, see if he's available, the one and only Coach Seymour Greenwich Blake out of Saginaw, Texas, via Panama, not only a U.S. military veteran in a leadership capacity, but also a leadership capacity and six-figure earner at multiple companies in network marketing. So not only has he done it, but he's done it again, as in duplicated the success he had previously. So it's not just a get lucky thing. It's certain principles that he's using to have that success. So that being said, let me see if we can get Coach on the call. Coach Seymour Greenwich Blake, do we have you available, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you
All
for the
right, big dog. Look,
introduction.
I love the shirt. I love the chain, man. Listen, when you get done, let me know. I'll be back.
So well. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. And I'm looking forward again, another night of putting some great information into you. I'm going to ask you to make sure you have your pens and paper ready, but I also want you to have an extra piece of paper, a separate extra piece of paper, because I'm going to have an assignment that I'm going to assign. I want everybody to do while we're going through the teachings tonight. So with that said, I'm going to get off camera so I can take my notes, make sure I stay focused on my notes. Got my focus done. So now let's get started. Let me go ahead and get off camera for a little bit. So tonight's teaching is going to be, topic's going to be live like you dream. Say that once again, live like you dream. So let me start with this question. If time, money, and fear was not an issue, what would your dream look like right now? Would you be traveling the world? Would you be retiring your parents? Sending your kids to college debt free, like Coach Marcus has done? Or would you be living a great and healthy life? I want you to think about that. I'm going to say that again. If time, money, and fear was not an issue, what would your dream look like? Would you be traveling the world, retiring your parents, sending your kids to college debt-free, or living a great, healthy life? And the reason I ask this is simple. Most of us carry dreams inside that were never spoken out loud. Right now, we got an assignment that we were given this past week that we have to read these scrolls out loud. And there's a reason why Coach Will asks us to read those out loud. Because if we hear ourselves say it, we can imagine ourselves living it. Okay? Dreams that get buried by bills, responsibilities, and doubts. But here is the truth, guys. The dream inside of you is there for a reason. And today I want to help you see how you also can actually live like you dream. So with that, to get started, let me just give you a little insight about me. Like you heard Coach Will said, I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I have walked through struggles. And when I say struggles, I mean struggles, financial struggles. I've walked through health struggles. Y'all know 3 heart attacks, kidney damage, high blood pressure, a little overweight. And there were moments in my life where I felt like I wanted to end it. But you know what I had to do? I had to decide that my past would not dictate my future. I released 52 pounds. I built a business that I built a business that created my freedom. I reversed some of those health issues that I had, kidney damage reversed. Like I said, 52 pounds dropped, released off of my walking cane. And I built, like I said, I built a business that created freedom for me. And I choose to create a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. And guys, I'm not telling you this to impress you, but I'm doing it to impress upon you that if I could do it, you can do it also. Living your dream does not start with a resource. It starts with a decision. You have to make that decision to change it. Okay? I want, if you hear and you have someone next to you, I want you to turn next to that person. If you don't have someone next to you, look in the mirror. And in the next 30 seconds, I want you to share with them one dream, just one dream that you have carried since you was a child. It could be maybe you want to be a doctor, a pilot, an artist, a millionaire, or just to be able to live free, have freedom. But take 30 seconds to just look at your partner or look yourself in the mirror and try to go back to that childhood dream that you had in your life. Okay? Let's talk about why most people don't live their dreams. Number 1, fear of failure. That's one of the biggest dream killers, fear of failure. We ask ourselves, what if I try and it doesn't work? What if I fail in front of everyone? So instead of trying, we start to say, we shall say, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it, guys. Every successful person that you admire failed at some time in their life, but they didn't let that fear stop them. On this call alone, we have a few coaches that are very impressive to some of us. But did you think that we all did it without failure? At some time in our life, something had to not work. But take that failure and use it as feedback. So let me flip that a little bit. Who are you not to dream? Each of us was created with purpose, guys. And our dreams is evidence that we're designed for more. Don't let doubt convince us that otherwise that we can't do something. Number 3, negative environments. The third barrier, negative people. Some of us live in environments where our dreams get laughed at. Friends and family say, be realistic, stay where you at. And I know you hear this. But the truth is what? Sometimes you got to just protect your dream. Because there are dream killers out there waiting to hear your dream so they can wish that it don't happen. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if your circle doesn't inspire you, and you're not in the right circle, you're in a cage. And if you're here today on this call, you know that you're in the right circle because every single person on this call wants everybody to succeed. And if we didn't, we won't be on this call right now. Number 4, lack of clarity. You can't live your dream if you don't know what it looks like. A lot of people wake up and go to work, they pay bills, they call that living. But is it really living? To me, that's just existing. Your dream requires a vision. You need a picture to clear you that you can see how close you're getting to your dreams. What is one of the things that Coach Will required us to do with our top 4 reasons? He asked us to put that on our phones. Why would we want to put it on our phones? Because that's something that you carry with you everywhere you go. You're always on your phone. And if you are able to see those dreams on your phone every day, throughout the day, constantly, you don't think you're going to start working on it? Okay? So if you have not done that yet, get it done, people. Write your 20 reasons down, have your top 4 on your phone, have it everywhere that you're going to be. Have it in your wallet, have it on your computer, have it on next to your night table. Visualize it. Look at it every day. Okay? Next thing that we have is that we're a lack of clarity. You can't live your dream if you don't know what it looks like. So again, you gotta know what you want. Okay? Let's stop making excuses. Now I want you to do something very, very, very powerful. That extra piece of paper that I asked everybody to have, I want you to get that paper ready for me. And on that piece of paper, what I want you to do is I want you to write down your number 1 excuse for why you're not living your dream. It could be time, it could be money, could be fear. But I want you to write down on that piece of paper your number 1 excuse for why you're not living your dream. And when you get that done, I want you to put a 1 in the chat so I know that you've written it down. Okay, I see that there's a lot of people putting that number 1 in there. Now I want you to look at that piece of paper. I want you to pick that piece of paper up. I want you to fold that piece of paper in half. And once you have that piece of paper folded in half, I want you to tear it up. I want you to tear it up. And the sound that you're hearing when you tear that up, that's the sound of limitation breaking off of your life. So I want you to tear that up and throw it away. because we're not going to keep making excuses. Those excuses should have been gone. We got to start being positive about everything. We are talking about that on a daily. Positive, 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 positive. So if you have that excuse hanging around you, it's negative. Tear it up, throw it away. Excuses are very, very heavy. They will weigh you down and take away from your destiny. And the truth is this: dreams can't fly when they're carrying excuses. Today, we're going to be making a decision to drop that weight and set our dreams free. Let's talk about dreams versus a perfect life. So let's get this clear. Your dream life does not mean a perfect life, because nothing is perfect. There still will be challenges. There will be ups and downs. But your dream life is a life that is aligned with your purpose and your value, not somebody else's purpose or somebody else's value. It's going to be your purpose and your value. It's not about living without problems, guys. It's about living with meaning. So the question is this: what life would make you feel alive every single day? And you know what that would be? Reading out that's 2-minute scroll that we did with ChatGPT about our perfect day. Make sure you read that and read it out loud, because you created that for a reason. And if you're using it, and it's crazy how I pick my topics for Tuesdays right after I get off the call. Who would have known that most of the topic, what I'm talking about today, has a lot to do with what we've been being taught this entire week by Coach Will? Who would have known that? The Lord put stuff in places for a reason. Okay? Health is the foundation, and without it, nothing else matters. When I decided to take my health seriously and release those 52 pounds, consistency, by using those consistent natural products, it was a stuff that I had to be consistent about. That choice gave me more energy, more confidence, and a clear mind to purpose other dreams. My dream life requires my dream body and my dream health, and it should be yours too. Wealth is not just about money. Wealth is freedom. Freedom to say yes when you want to say yes, and no when you need to say no. Wealth is the ability to create what? Options. In my journey, I learned that money should work for me and not me work for it. It should be the same for you. Your life dream should include financial freedom, not just so you can buy more things, but so you can buy back your time. Because once you lose that time, it's gone. Okay? Dreams are not just about things, they're about people. And those are the people that you love. The ones who cheers you around, the ones who build for you. For me, that's my kids and my grandkids. What is yours? What is your dream? Okay? It's not just about what I accomplish, it's about what I'm going to be able to pass down, guys. So the same should be for you. It's not just what you own and earn, it's what you're leaving behind. You're not leaving debt behind when you leave. You want to leave a legacy. Okay? Your dream life must include what? Contributions. You weren't put on this earth just to pay bills, guys, and then die. You were placed here to make an impact on someone else's life once you leave here. Purpose is what you give dream life weight. Without purpose, Success feels very empty, but with purpose, every steps feel fulfilling. Very fulfilling. Let's talk about growth. Growth lives inside your comfort zone. And if you're comfortable, you're not growing. When I started building my business, I had to do things that I had never done before. One of those things was what I'm doing right now. Being on a call, doing some teaching. That was one of the hardest things for me to do because I was worrying about if I'm gonna mess up. But when I got that call from Coach Will and got put in that hot seat, I told myself, this is a way of me getting out of my comfort zone. And now it feels good because I'm getting to people. So I'm seeing where people are. Sometime after they get off this call, I will get a phone call. I've had some individual call and say, can you start mentoring me? So it got me out of my comfort zone. And that's what growth is about. Because again, if you stay in your comfort zone, you're not going to grow. Because your comfort zone is basically saying, I'm not going to get out there and do this. I'm going to just sit back and I'm going to just chill and maybe it will happen. You got to get out of there. Anybody that are successful in life, they're not successful because they stayed in their comfort zone. They had to get out there. You have to step out of the box if you want to grow. Okay? It was very uncomfortable, but guess what? It was necessary. Again, comfort keeps you safe. But you know what growth gets you? It gets you your dream. What's the difference between fear and faith? Fear whispers. And it whispers stuff like, what if it doesn't work? But faith declares, what if it does work? When you have faith, you're stepping when the path isn't clear, guys. It's believing that the vision, even when you don't see the results yet, that's what faith is. So to live your dream, you must replace fear with faith. When I was at my heaviest, which was 250, I was struggling. That's why I had the issues with not necessarily the main issue with my heart, because the main issue with my heart is because I got angina. And stress is what caused 2 of those 3 heart attacks. But being overweight wasn't helping me either. It was putting a strain on my heart. When I was struggling financially, the only thing I had was a dream. I had to get out of this because I had a responsibility. I had my kids. They were babies. Not gonna put them through that. So I had to act before I saw results, guys. I had to believe before the evidence showed up. And now when I look back, I can say faith carried me the entire way, where fear never could have done it. That's why I tell you, trust your dream. Trust your dream. Now I want you to take your notebook and I want you to write down one belief that you must let go. And maybe it might be, you might be thinking you're too old to start over. You might think, I don't have the money. Some of you might even say the fact, I failed too many times. I want you, though, to write one belief that you must adopt. It could be telling yourself that you're worthy of success. I remember hearing someone say on one of the calls, that was in Nashville, the biggest thing was they didn't believe they were worth it. Don't tell yourself that. You got to be worthy of success if you want to gain success. You might even tell yourself, I have everything. You might even have to tell yourself, I need to start today. And think about that, because that simple little exercise can change your life. Because what you think, and if you can see it, you can live it. So tell yourself that you're worthy of success. Tell yourself you can have everything that you want. Tell yourself that you need to start. It's a simple exercise that you got to do. Okay? Action steps to live like you dream. Number one is clarity. You cannot live a dream you haven't defined. So then again, guys, write it down. Speak it out loud. Put it on a vision board. Like I've always said, if it's not written, it's not real. Your dream deserves to exit outside of your head, because it starts in your mind. And if you just keep it there and don't let it out, you can't achieve it. Again, when you see it, then you can start to believe it. And when you start believing it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start chasing it. So get it out of your head and put it on paper and start acting on it, start living it. Number two is environment. Who do you surround yourself matters. Some people are dream builders, others are dream killers. If your circle doesn't inspire you, it's not a circle, guys, it's a cage. I personally had to change my environment. I had to change who my mentor was, who my coach was when it came to HBN, because I was in a cage where my coach was not a positive person. He will put people down. I had to get out of that environment. I had to start surrounding myself with people that was trying to lift me up and that was positive. And today I thank that I did that. Okay, so surround yourself with the right mentors, the right coaches, and dreamers. That's how you're gonna grow. Habits. Dreams are built by daily actions, not random bursts of inspiration. Number one, your health habits, your money habits, your business habits, they determine what your future gonna look like. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. So that's one thing that you're gonna have to change. If you're a procrastinator, change that and start doing stuff. It may start with cleaning your room. It could start with being out there and just cutting the grass. Do something that you've been letting sit behind and watch. As you do each of these things, you'll notice that things start to look different. You're going to just feel better about yourself. Okay? Discipline is number 4. Don't depend on motivation, because motivation is temporary. Discipline is what's going to carry you when motivation disappears. Days that you don't feel like it are the days that build your dreams the most, and it should build your dreams the most. Discipline says, I don't need to feel like it. I do it because I said I would. That's the difference between wishing and winning. Y'all have heard me say this before. Celebrate small progress. Too many people wait until they actually reach the finish line to celebrate. You're just starting and you wait till you hit diamond before you celebrate. But to hit diamond, you had to be a bronze, a silver, a gold, a platinum. Celebrate each one of those steps. Don't wait till you get to the top to celebrate. I didn't wait to be celebrated by others as I was accomplishing. And some of y'all seen inside my office where I had a wall with all my accomplishments, all my rank up, all my commission, because that was something to remind me that, hey, I did it. So you need to celebrate your progress. You need to celebrate your small wins. Don't wait for somebody else to celebrate it before you feel good about it. Because once you start celebrating those wins, it's going to get you to the next step. Okay? And team, support team members, celebrate your small wins of your people. Because a lot of times, like if you were at work, they will call you in the office when you did something wrong, but they don't call you when it's time to celebrate when you did something right. So people want sometimes to hear that, hey, I'm doing something right. So take care of your team. Because of your success, it took them to help build you up. And if you're the only one that's being successful and you're not celebrating your team small wins, they're gonna leave you. Because they're seeing as you're the only one winning. So celebrate your team small wins. Okay? We got to start like Coach Will said, create a ritual, a daily morning ritual. Start your day with affirmations, gratitude, focus. Read something that grows you. Drink water, move your body. Simple things that build momentum. Small daily discipline will compound into extraordinary results over time. Read that My Best Day daily. You created that for a reason. Coach Will had us create that for a reason. And if we're reading that, we're exercising our brain. We're putting ourselves in position to be to grow, to be successful. I want you to do a 30-day action plan. I want you to grab your notebooks again and write down 3 small actions that you could take in the next 30 days that will move you closer to your dream. We know what some of us tomorrow, we're going to be in that little accountability group. That could be something that you may have to start. Get with somebody on your team and start a little accountability group, you know, and tell yourself, hey, in the next 30 days, this is what we need to accomplish. So write down 3 small actions that you can take in the next 30 days that will move you closer to your dream. You don't have to take these large, giant steps, guys, just consistent steps. Because dreams are built one day at a time. One day at a time. Now again, turn to someone or look in the mirror and share that 30-day plan. Exchange it with your partner if you have to. And congratulate each other as you start achieving these goals. Because something about accountability multiplies results. It really does. Now let's talk a little bit about our health transformation. You know, on the 10th of this month, we'll be having a health challenge going to be started. Okay. I personally know a person that was struggling with their weight. They had low energy. Their confidence was low. And that's what that person decided to commit a small change, one day at a time, one day at a time. In a month and a half, that individual lost 52 pounds. That was me. It didn't just change my body, it changed my future, guys. That's the power of living your dream. Okay? Wealth, business, and freedom. I've seen people start with nothing, no money, no business background, and build financial freedom through consistency and belief. Why? Because they choose to live like they dream. And today, they are free to live on their own terms. That's wealth, not just money, but time. Again, that was me also. I was killing myself, going to work every day and stressing and not liking where I was. But when I bought my freedom back, a lot of my health changed because I wasn't stressing no more. I wasn't angry anymore. I was able to spend time with my grandkids and now just have fun and laughter all the time. I'm constantly happy, laughing, having fun. Freedom is, man, I tell you, one of the greatest feeling in the world,
Camera.
other than having your kids. Freedom is just amazing. One of my greatest joy is knowing that I'm building something that won't outlive me. My children, my grandchildren will inherit not just my assets, but my example. Purpose is knowing that your dream leaves fingerprints on future generations. Okay? Let's talk about dream barriers and breakthroughs, rejections. One of the biggest barriers you'll face is rejection. People will tell you no, they'll doubt you, but here's the secret. Rejection is not failure, it's a redirection. We're going to take everything negative and turn it positive. Every no brings you closer to the right yes, guys. Don't let rejection break you, let it build you. Failure is number two, the second barrier. Most people are afraid to fail. But again, failure is not final, it's feedback. Every time you fall, you learn from it. When you fell off that bike and you got back up, you learn that, hey, I can't put all of my balance to the left or to the right. I got to be in the middle to keep that bike up until you learn to ride that bike when now you can do whatever you want to do and keep that bike upright. But you had to fall to learn from it. And every time that you try again, guess what you're doing? You're growing. The only real failure is when you quit. Because our dreams are built on lessons learned from our failures. Next thing is criticism. That's another barrier. The moment you chase your dream, people will talk. They'll laugh at you. Some of them will gossip. They'll criticize you. But remember, guys, critics are usually what? Spectators, not players. Don't take advice from people who aren't even on the same field. You don't go and get a haircut on the phone. You go to a trusted barber or a trusted hairdresser to get your hair done or cut. Okay? Sometimes it's limited resources. That's another barrier. Lack of resources, not enough money, not enough time, not enough connection. But to me, those are just excuses. Because here's the truth. Dreams don't wait for resources, they create them. Start with what you have today. Start where you are. Because faith multiplies resources. Action attracts opportunities. Okay? So I want you to paint the future. So let's step forward in the time. I want you to imagine yourself 5 years from now. I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself 5 years from now. Imagine yourself living in that dream house that you want. Just keep your eyes closed for a minute and just imagine walking through that dream house. Imagine yourself in that car that you want, that dream car that you want, and you're driving it. Think about who you're spending your days with. What does your calendar look like? I want you to paint that future in your mind. Because if you can see that, and you can start to seize it, guys, you can achieve it. Well, for it to happen, you have to want it. You got to see it in your mind first. If- It might even take you getting up after this call and just walk through your house and say, I'm walking through my dream house. Write that down. You might get in your car and drive and say, I'm driving my dream car. And I think I heard Coach Will mention that once, where he was driving his car, but in his mind, that wasn't what he was driving. He was driving that Mercedes or that Porsche. So imagine yourself doing these things, because once you start to speak on something, anything that you're speaking on that's positive, that's your future. But the minute you start to, you might say, I want to earn $5,000 in commission. That's your future. But then next week you sit there and say, man, I need to make enough money to pay my mortgage. You just went back into your past. You just killed your future because you stopped thinking about that 5,000. You went back in the past. So speak on the future and live it. Okay? I want you to start thinking about your health. Are you strong enough to play with your grandkids? If you have any? Are you vibrant enough to enjoy vacations? Your dream life includes health, guys. Your body is, you know what your body, it is the vehicle that carries your dream. So treat it like it matters. Let's talk a little bit about financial legacy. Think about finances. Are you passing down assets or are you passing down debt? Are you talking to your kids and teaching them how to create wealth? Are you repeating the same struggle with them? Your dream life should include leaving behind something behind that lifts the next generation higher, not lower them. When I think about legacy, I think about my kids and my grandkids, like I said before. My dream is not just to provide for them, but to inspire them, to show them what's possible when you live like you dream. That's the true reward. Not just what you achieve, but who you're going to impact in life. And when I look at my sons and see the way they are with their family and their kids, it makes me proud of them because I see that they are following the same footsteps that they learned from their dad and the same footsteps that I learned from my parents. Family always comes first. I remember when I was raising my kids and I cooked for them, I make sure they ate and got their seconds if they wanted before I ate, because I wanted to make sure that when they went to bed, their stomachs were full. And I didn't care if they ate it and I didn't get to eat, because number one, my main goal was to provide for my kids, to make sure that in life that they will be healthy. They mattered more than I did at that time. And today I can tell you that if my oldest son leaves and goes out to get something to eat, when he comes back, guess what? He coming in the room and, hey, Dad, Pops, I got this for you too. He don't go and get stuff and just eat. He making sure that Pops got something to eat also. And that reminds me of what I even watch them. My son, when he feeds my grandkids come over and my son feeds them, he makes sure they eat first before he eat. And it just, this past weekend, it brought tears to my eyes when I saw him do that, because that's what I did. Okay. So again, now I want you again to close your eyes for a moment. And again, imagine 5 years from now, you wake up in your dream life. You walk to that home that's your dream home. You looked at your calendar and that calendar was empty. And then you hear the laughter of your loved ones. You feel the peace of freedom, joy. That future is waiting for you. And the only way that you're going to get there is doing what? You got to start, and you got to start today. So in closing, let's recap what I went over. Let's bring it all together. We got to start living like we dream. It requires a decision. It requires belief. It requires action and persistence. We talk about the barriers, the mindset, the action, the steps, and the legacy. But the truth is this: none of this matters if you don't act upon it. Again, decision is the spark, but action is the fire. So the next 24 hours, this is my challenge to you. Do something within the next 24 hours that moves you closer to your dream. If it means making that call, make it. Write that vision down. Take that walk. Whether it's just a start, because the difference between dreamers and doers is what? Action. Action, guys. So family, your dream is not a fantasy. It's your future, and it's waiting for you to claim it. Don't just dream it, live it. Don't just hope for it, work for it, guys. And don't just imagine it, you need to start creating it. Your dream is calling your name. The big question is, will you answer it? Thank you guys for being here and listening to this tonight. Back to you, Coach Will.
Man, Coach Seymour, I want to thank you, brother. I got well over a page and a half of notes on that front and back. And my favorite part, I'm going to say, y'all show Coach Seymour some love in the chat for pouring into us again, like he does week after week. My favorite part, I'm going to just tell you, and I'm going to incorporate some stuff he just talked about because the message was so amazing, but was writing down those excuses, and I was hard pressed. I'm thinking to myself, all right, man, Coach got me writing this down. I got to really figure this out. And the first stuff that came to my mind, I was like, all right, we're going to write this down. And when he said to tear it up and throw it away, I was like, bet, say less. And that just goes to show you, I don't care where you are on the course of growth. You want to continue to grow. You stop growing, you stop, your purpose or trying to achieve goals or trying to get something done for a charity or for your family, you might as well go ahead and die. You might as well go ahead and kick the butt. If you've got nothing left to do and nothing left to aspire to, what you even doing? Like, what you may as well go ahead and be with the Lord, take it to the upper room and go relax and just go relax. And when I was writing down I had two, writing down my excuses that I threw away. It just was a good, not very strong reminder that, man, we got stuff to do, and never get too complacent, never get too comfortable, always be pushing forward. So I want to thank you so much for that, Coach. Really, really appreciate that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with the 10 or so minutes we got left, I'm gonna try to wrap this up and get all wrapped up. Real quick, Vegas, January 2026. If you don't already have a ticket and you want to wait last minute to get your ticket, you can do that. I just don't advise it. The people who purchased the ticket online already, but who are on the wait list, are going to be approved for those first. As those spots open up, which typically some spots open up, maybe 5 or 10 will open up. What I'm not going to do is reach out to the people who didn't buy a ticket yet and go, hey, we got in person. One just opened up. You want it or not? It's the people who are already bought your online tickets. So if you haven't got your online tickets left, there are no more early bird tickets. Those tickets are $97. That is a bargain. If you have ever been to a network marketing event, online or in person, that is a bargain. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, it's the last day of the month. So I plan on working till 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not slowing down. Some of you might, and it's okay. For some of you, it's just a regular Tuesday. But just in case you didn't realize it was the end of the month, I highly recommend you finish out the month strong. I know that on the Go Desana side, it's easy to get a couple of orders, but on the HBN side, some of you might want to look at your star grids. You might want to check those out. Some of you have 100 BV order missing, and if you got that one order, you can clear out a couple of levels. How do I know? Because I checked my StarGrids yesterday and I had one spot open. And for those of you who understand our pay plans, you understand this. For those of you who don't, you probably need to continue to plug in the trainings or watch some videos on the pay plan. But I was able to get a 100 CV customer yesterday, 100 CV customer, and I received a $30 commission for that the same day. But I also received $575 in star bonus because of that one order. I know it sounds weird if you haven't really been with our company long enough to understand our pay plan, but the point is there's not another company in the industry. I don't think there's ever been a company in the industry where just based on you being an expert on your pay plan and understanding the timing of it and how it works and the timing of, okay, I got to hustle, I got to get one more order, and you can make over 600. If you take the 575 plus the 30, it's like over $600 because I went out and hustled and followed up with somebody on Facebook who was thinking about getting started and got them started. So like Coach Tina always says, the fortune isn't a follow-up. But if you don't have that knowledge about how the pay plan works and how your pay plan pays you, you definitely want to continue to plug into calls and check out the recordings that Coach Marcus and I have done on the pay plan, which are on the YouTube channel. So please understand that some of y'all leave money on the table every single month. It's just that this Tuesday falls on the end of the month, so you get a chance to hear it. I probably need to check my back office with both companies and see what I got going on back there. For people who are still relatively new, don't worry about that. You're learning at the right pace. I'm talking to the veterans right now who have organizations who know better than to be leaving $500 or $600 on the table at the end of the month. That's crazy. That's bananas. All right. Now, because of that, please do not forget to go into your back office, empty out your holding tanks and on the HBN side, and also check your auto ships. I hate getting messages from people. Oh, Coach Will, I went to sleep early. I forgot to switch my auto ship. Yeah, Coach Marcus just did a star bonus training. So if you haven't seen it, you probably should. Like everybody, you should probably watch that 5 or 10 times. Just my humble opinion. But auto ships go out tomorrow. They go out tomorrow around 2 in the morning. So don't forget to go in there and check your auto ship. Now, here's a point for a lot of people that we don't say enough. Okay, if you're already with both companies at 100 BV on the first of the month, go ahead and put that in the chat. Just put me in the chat so we see who that is. And I know it's not everybody yet. Here's what I want to recommend for those of you who are not there yet, who just don't have the financial wherewithal to build your businesses at that level yet. I don't want you to be down on yourself. Please, not at all. This is what I would politely recommend. If possible, 100 BV at HBN. Why? Because that is where all the money is in the pay plan. I got that directly from Paula Scarcella. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're on the GoDasana side, not that 100, then shoot for 50. Because the GoDasana pay plan really opens up at 50. Sure, there's more money there at 100, but even being at 50 will get you more than situated. The other thing I'll mention, well done. The other thing I'll mention is for some people who like, man, I can't even afford that. I'm going through it. I have not got my life together yet to the point where I, as an adult, have $50 to spare. And that's people. Look, I have been there. So we never look down on people that are at that level because a lot of us has been there. I've been homeless twice. Coach Marcus been bankrupt twice. Coach Seymour been at rock bottom, like he was just telling y'all. Just his kids ate, he didn't eat. Like you got to really understand, we've all been there. And the only reason why we even qualify, Coach Charlotte as well, I'm sure, the only reason we qualify to coach you is because we've been at those rock bottom situations. If we've never been there and our whole life has been all amazing and it's been winning forever and oh, I've had such a blessed life from beginning to end, which technically life is a blessing. But if we never had no fallbacks and no down and out season, I mean whole seasons, not no bad day, I mean bad months, bad years stacked up on top of each other. If we had never been there, if Coach Seymour had never been there, if Coach Marcus and Coach Charlotte and Coach Kerrick, they have never been there, if our up and coming leaders like Jessica Hill, Lillian Corville, if they had never been to the rock bottom with health, they couldn't tell you about how to get healthy, how to lose weight and be great. Miriam's giving y'all advice, real life advice from the trenches. If they've never been absolute broke, like now Seymour and all them boys driving Benzes and all this fancy car. Listen, it wasn't always like that. Like that. Even we take Myrtle Ross. Myrtle Ross has made thousands of dollars very, very quickly. She's a delightful young lady, super coachable. But I can tell you, Coach Seymour and Myrtle probably tell you, because that's Coach Seymour's team. She probably wasn't always driving that old fancy Benz and them big cars with them big designer purses and everything. So understand the fact that we have all been rock bottom before. I know the Stones have been there. I know the Hills have been. I know they've been there. It's the fact that they've been there that they can coach you through it. And that's another reason why these calls are so important. You understand you've never been alone. Everybody's been through it. And those of us who have success, we've been through it more than others and longer than others. Just let me be very, very clear about that. So that being said, I want to thank Coach Seymour again for that. Another quick announcement. Yeah, get your auto ships hooked up for tomorrow. And again, if you don't have $50 auto ship, listen, even a $25 gift card on an auto ship, no tax, no shipping with either company, even a $25 gift card will hold your spot, keep your position, and have that. And the reason I'll tell you that, even understanding, all right, I might have to be on the 25 CV auto ship this month. I'll do better next month. I had a young lady in our organization, still here today, had millions of dollars of volume. She was a $50,000 earner. And just for whatever reason that month, I don't know if the card, she got a new car, I don't know what happened, but she didn't have the auto ship on for whatever reason. And she lost millions of dollars in volume, millions plural. And you don't get paid all the volume, you get paid a percentage of volume, but it would have been enough to be a $100,000 earner. She would have been another $100,000 earner. And I had that conversation with her. This is before the Fast Start Get Back program we had a couple months ago. This is probably last year sometime. So don't let the little things there's always a better way to do it. Ain't nobody judging you here. Don't judge yourself. Judge not, lest ye be judged. And even a $25 gift card order with HBM will keep your spot. Even a 10 BV, 5 BV, go to sign an order will keep your position, which is very, very, very important. All right. So that being said, also too, on I think it's a Wednesday, October 10th, we will be starting our Health Fitness Challenge Accountability Group. The last time we did one of these, it was like 2 years ago. It was crazy. People were dropping out like flies. And normally we have a charge to our accountability groups, because when our accountability groups are free, people don't respect it. Okay. But I'm going to try it again. So this one's going to be free, no charge at all. If you want to participate, I have details for you on this Sunday's call coming up. But it's not going to start until October the 10th, which is a Wednesday. So you have time to get involved. It costs no money for you, but it will cost some time for you. But it's not a whole bunch of time. Like Coach Seymour said, it's all about accountability and consistency with small daily habits. And if you do that, I'm telling you, it'll be great. But please don't make me out to be a fool. Even though this one is free, please treat it like it's not. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with getting some free accountability, free coaching, free fitness advice from myself, Coach Marcus. I was a certified personal trainer for over 20 years. A lot of people don't know that. Coach Marcus has one of the largest, most successful weight loss and health groups in Facebook history. Coach Seymour and so many other coaches have some amazing, amazing things there. Miriam, one of my favorite weight loss testimonials in the history of the industry. So we have a lot of people there who will definitely be there for you to help you through it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be some work. It's going to be fun. And we want to see flat out transformation. And we will 100% give you more details on that on Sunday coming up. All right. So before we dive into the short, maybe 5-minute training that we're doing tonight, I want to ask you, how many people on this call, please put in the chat, who has made at least $500 in commissions? Can y'all put total? Can you put that in the chat, please? Just what our company want to come, just put in the chat, please, who's made over $500. I just want to see. Okay. That's a lot. That's significantly more than any other company organically, I can tell you right now. That's basically almost everybody who's been here longer than 5 minutes. So that's good. How many people here have ever enrolled at least one customer? At least one person who said, I want to buy the product, I don't want to do the business. How many people have ever enrolled at least one customer? Put in the chat. And if you're new to the call, do me a favor, pop on over to the chat and just see how many needs we got in there. It's basically almost everybody. Okay. Also, let me ask this question. How many people have ever sponsored at least one rep? Someone who said, I want to build a business and I want to make money. I just want to see how many people we've gotten on a call who have done that at least once. Basically everybody again. Okay. Now, and remember, whether or not the customer kept ordering month after month, irrelevant. Whether or not that rep quit or not, irrelevant. And I'm gonna tell you why it's irrelevant. The fact you've already done it. You've already done more. If you've made $500 in commissions, you've done more in your time here with the company than the average network marketing rep does in their whole career. And just because a lot of times you don't know that, a lot of times this is y'all first or second company, and maybe you aren't a student of industry statistics like we are here. Maybe you didn't know that in order to just be above average, you just need to make $501 in your network marketing career. So everybody who said, yes, you're above average, I hate to break it to you, we don't even want to talk about average for the rest of the year because you're above average. Maybe you don't feel like you're above average, but the numbers and statistics and data are telling you you're above average, and you really can't dispute those facts and numbers. You're above average and you start acting like that. But here's why it doesn't matter. Even if your customers stopped ordering, even if your reps quit, doesn't matter, because number one, if you did it once, you can do it again. Put a 1 in the chat if you understand. If you did it once, you can do it again. And we typically accept this with anything negative. You get in 1 car wreck, you've probably been in 2. We'll accept anything negative for sure. We'll accept anything negative about our life in a heartbeat, okay? But when it comes down to positive stuff, we're like, oh, I don't know. It's the same thing. We've been talking about balance for the last several weeks on these calls. It goes both ways. There's no such thing as a one-sided dollar bill. There's a flip side positive to everything. Okay. So number one, if you did it once, you can do it again. Believe that. Number two, okay. The reason why it doesn't matter if your customer stopped ordering, if your rep quit, is because you're going to be better in customer service after the sale next time. You're going to follow up better next time. Next time you get a customer, you're going to reach out to them after 5 business days, and you're going to reach out to make sure the product arrives. You're going to reach out after 15 business days, about 2 weeks, give or take, 2 to 3 weeks, and you're going to make sure that they're using the product and see what kind of results they've been getting, okay? You're going to reach out after 30 days, and you're going to say, hey, based on my records, you should be just about out of product based on those great results you're getting. If you want to order again, let me know. I can show you how to get it for a discount, okay? I can even show you how to get it for free. And then you send them the business opportunity presentation that Coach Marcus does. So they learn how to make money with the products, okay? Another reason that you're going to be better the next time is because you're going to know how to do onboarding. I love that Roz Mayo right now, regardless of what challenges she had going on, Roz is like, I'm taking onboarding seriously. My new reps like Eureka and many others, she's telling me, look, I'm working with them, onboarding, teaching, training. They on call. The next time you sponsor somebody, all y'all are going to end up like Roz Mayo. You are going to be onboarding and helping your team members launch their businesses. You're going to be helping them in a way that you didn't know you should have been doing a year ago or 2 years ago. Okay, so you're going to be moving forward far better and far sharper. You didn't even know that you were supposed to have a retention system a year ago. Some of you missed that call or missed that event, but you know now. And you know the tools that you have. I hope you know the tools that you have that you use to keep your reps engaged as you move them up the pay plan and up the rank structure. So you'll do better next time. Don't worry about it. You did it once, you can do it again. And the next time you do it, you're going to be far better. And that leads me to 2 points. The things that I love about network marketing, when I was young, maybe 12 or 15 years old, just a little story here, a news story maybe. I used to always wonder how or why my cousins, who were bad kids, like I wasn't the best behaved child, but these cats was in the streets, jumped off the porch early, running with gangs, arrests, clowning out there, okay? How did they always have nicer stuff? I didn't even have a car. My cousin had a fresh car. My other cousin had a car with the big speakers in the back and the rims, and my other cousin. And then it was people, it didn't stop when I went to high school. I'm like, how do some people have so much and some of us have so little? We got holes in the roof, and when it rained, we had pots. My mom and dad used to put out pots to catch the water. It wasn't about to pay no money to fix no hole in the roof. They had to feed growing boys. They had to put that work in, like Coach Seymour always talks about. And it wasn't perfect, but they did the best they could. And so it wasn't a big deal, but to me it was. How many people have ever just wondered, even as adults, it's okay to ask these questions. How on earth do some people have so much and I have so not much? Like what is the difference? Like it can't be that God loved them more. They may not be as smart as you. They're not always good looking. Ain't none of that. Okay, you just have to understand that's a totally normal, natural question to ask. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that question used to eat me up. It used to eat me up. I would be catching the bus, looking at all these big old houses, like, what are they doing to own that type of house? How they got all these toys and bells and whistles, and I'm on a bus. I don't even have a car. I'm riding a bike. Grown man at the time, by the way. I just got out of my first phase of homelessness. I'm riding a bike everywhere. And I'm just like, there gotta be something I'm missing from a life standpoint. I'm gonna tell you right now. Three things that'll solve that for you. And Sunday we're gonna talk about the fitness challenge, but we're gonna be starting a new series on really answering that question for you and helping you do the exact things you need to do to just get your mind right in that area. Because if you already made $500 in commissions, or you already sponsored a rep, or you already sold a product, you already know what to do. This is not a skill set issue for none of y'all. Let me ask this. How many people have sponsored someone online, like on social media, and sponsored at least one person in person? How many people? Let me just see how the varied skills. Look, here we go again with so many people. Just look at the chat. Don't take my word for it. So you all already know what to do. You know how to sponsor people online. You know how to sponsor people in person. You know how to sell product online. You know how to promote product and sell product in person. You made already over $500. Some of y'all at $500 a month. Some of y'all are at 5,000. Like I'm just telling you, you already know what to do. It's not really a skill set issue for any of you on this call. It's typically a mindset issue. So that we're going to work on for you. Let me give you this. You feel free to write this down. Number one, you really want to take it to another level mentally, okay? Mentally, and understand why people just have more and why you feel like you personally don't. It's going to be some subconscious limiting beliefs. We'll be dealing with that stuff in future calls. But number one, make a decision right now. Coach Seymour I got in the decision-making mood because Coach Seymour's assignments were amazing tonight. Make a decision just tonight. Make a decision. Don't worry about how to do it yet, but just make a decision tonight to be more successful than you have ever been. And if you can really make that decision, don't worry about the how. You didn't know how to tie your shoes when you were young. You had to get taught that. You didn't know how to drive a car. You had to get taught that. You didn't know how to change diapers when you had your first baby. You had to get taught that. You had to get taught everything you've ever learned. You had to get taught how to boil eggs. You had to literally learn everything you ever knew. Don't even worry about the how. We'll take care of that. But just put a 1 in the chat if you are comfortable making the decision to be more successful than you have ever been. Just put a 1 in the chat so I know kind of who we got to work with. Because we screenshot a lot of these calls. Coach Marcus will send me screenshots regularly. I'll do the same for him. We just like to see who's serious, especially this last 90 days. And I'm going to give you 2 things about network marketing as we close the call. 2 things that network marketing can do that nothing else can ever do for you. Okay, one of these Coach Seymour touched on. Number one, network marketing is a place where people who have been there longer than you, actually want you to be better than them. There is no doubt in my mind that Coach Marcus has an insane desire for me to become more successful than him. And I want the same thing for everybody on this team, and he wants the same thing for you, and Coach Seymour does too. And it's not the same type of want you to do better like a father would, like Coach Seymour talked about in the last call. We're not trying to compare it to that, like the familial love. That's not the same thing. We talk about business, and family is here, business is here. Just understand that. But business can help you get your family from here to here. So we do take the business seriously, but we don't try to compare it to salvation. We don't compare it to family. We don't compare it to health. That's not even close. Business is like number 4 on the scale. All right. You got God, you got family. You know what I'm saying? You got your health and things like that, your personal relationships. Business is like number 4 or 5 on the scale. So don't think it's all that. It's important. It's not all that, but it does help you in your other areas. Now, so this is a place where the people who sponsor you or the people who enroll you, the people in your plug-in support team, which we call an upline at a lot of companies, they actually want you to win big. Big. They want you to succeed at levels. We want you to succeed at levels that we haven't even touched. We really want that. I can't think of another industry, even in professional sports, The starting shooting guard does not want the shooting guard that's the rookie that's coming off the bench to be better than him. Kobe Bryant, bless his soul, Kobe did not want Smush Parker to be better than him. Absolutely, you can be good, but not better than me. That is how every career is. It's like that if you a teacher, tell me I'm lying. It's like that if you work the post office, no matter where you work, there's somebody higher up, CEO, vice president, CFO, supervisor. They want you to do good to make them look good. They don't want you more successful than them. In network marketing, do you understand that it would make my day? It would make Charlotte Whitaker's day when Roz Mayo, when Roz takes her business to the $1 million level. Do you understand that? That there's nothing that would make anybody on this call more excited than to see you winning? Huge, absolute phenomenal. It is such a rare, and I'm not saying it never happens. It is a rare time when an upline or sponsor may be so negative and so 70%-ish that they don't want to see you win. It's just rare. It is, I can only think of maybe 1 time, 2 times in the last decade where that's ever even been a thing. Like, what is happening? That's crazy. But those people don't last long. They just don't last long because that's crazy. Yeah, Coach Marcus is my old sponsor. Yeah, we all been there, done that. Some, I ain't saying no name. We got people on the call going through that. So just understand it's just so rare though. But even if that's the case, let's say your sponsor doesn't want to see you win. Nobody cares because in all likelihood, either me, Coach Marcus, Coach Kim, Coach Seymour, Coach Tina, Coach Charlotte, somebody's in your plugged in upline. Somebody above your sponsor wants to see you win way more than your sponsor wants to see you lose. So that's one thing about network marketing. This environment is all about you becoming the greatest that you can be, and we will help you every step of the way. That is a fact, okay? Second thing, and we'll close the call with this one because this is fun. Here's the thing about network marketing. There's also no other industry in the world that will compensate you at the level where if you're like the top 10%, top 20% of the industry that you're in, top 20% of your team. If you're the top 10% of your team and you give it everything you got, do you understand network marketing will give you your dream lifestyle that Coach Seymour was talking about, at least from a financial standpoint? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand that if you are giving everything you got, no excuses, you're giving everything you got, and you're in the top 10, top 20% of this team, do you understand you'll be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not millions at some point? You understand that? That is no exaggeration. Find me another job where you can give it everything you got, and it will give you your dream lifestyle, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, to the point where Coach Marcus, who had a multiple 6-figure corporate job, when they got rid of that job, it was just perfect timing. Do you know that he makes more in HB and GoToSana commissions than he does at his multiple 6-figure job? So when he was wrapping up that part of his career, he smiled. He was like, sounds good to me. Not a problem. Thanks. Not a problem. Because he understands intuitively that time is more valuable than money, and he gets to get free time. And they don't even know, the bosses them that was there, they don't even know that the only reason he was still there is because I asked him literally month in and month out for over a year, Coach, don't quit yet, don't retire yet. Like, we don't have anybody here who's making the money like you and I and other people are making that still have a job. You're the last one. We didn't all retire. We didn't all quit our jobs. You see what I'm saying? I would ask Coach Marcus month after month for over a year, probably 2. Yeah, he was ready 3 years ago. I've been asking him for at least 1.5 years, maybe 2. Coach, just give us another couple months, man. Come on, we need the story. Okay, so just understand there is no job where if you give it everything you got, it can give you a dream lifestyle. Name one. We got school teachers on the call. If you're a school teacher, and we got some very respected, amazing school teachers in their field, they're amazing. Their students love them. They've been teaching forever. They're some of the best teachers in the world, if I had to guess. Do you know that if they continue to give everything they got and be the best school teacher they could possibly be, being a school teacher, nothing wrong with it, it just won't give them their dream lifestyle. It's not designed to do that. Okay, I was in law enforcement for years. We got some military servicemen and women and veterans on the call. They were in there for years. You see what I'm saying? Imagine you being the best that you can possibly be, giving everything you got, 110%, never miss a day of work, 12-hour days. Do you understand when Coach Seymour was giving it everything he got, He is doing the job of 3 or 4 people who are all sick with COVID. He wasn't sick. He is doing back-to-back 12-hour shifts, no sleep, putting work in. Do you know he was given everything he had, and that job still could never give him his dream lifestyle? It just couldn't. It's not nothing wrong with the job. It wasn't designed to do that. He could be the Michael Jordan of casino loss prevention detectives and never get his dream lifestyle. Rhonda Peter, look, Tiara Moore and Rhonda, they could be the Michael Jordan of school teachers in their district. Do you understand? They will never get their dream. They won't get millions of dollars from that. They just won't. But if you want to come here and be the Michael Jordan, the Sheryl Swoops, the Steph Curry, you want to give it everything you got in network marketing, do you understand you can have your dream lifestyle? Do you understand? I'm going to be doing some stuff this month for no other reason, just to show you what's possible. Just to show you what's possible. Sometimes y'all see it and y'all go, all right, I don't know if they really do. We're going to show you. So we just want to show you to inspire you. This is the one industry, I cannot find another industry where if you give it everything you got, and I mean everything you got, no excuses. And here's the thing that will. Professional sports, I could get everything. The athletes give it everything they got. They make millions of dollars. I'm sorry, are you 6'7"? Are you 17 years old and 6'9"? You have to be born a certain way to become a professional athlete. Let me just be clear. Network marketing is for everybody. Everybody, the country you in don't matter. Your height don't matter. Your weight don't matter. Your color or nationality don't matter. Your religious affiliation don't matter. None of it matters. Network marketing, which makes it different than being the next LeBron James or the next Larry Bird or the next Kid Rock or the next Mozart. You don't have to have born with nothing, but you just hungry here. And if you want to give it everything you got, this is the one industry I have ever found that can give you your dream lifestyle. And the dream lifestyle, guess what? It's what you say it is. It's what you say it is. It's not what we say it is. It's whatever you say it is for you. You can have that. There are people on this team who've done it. There are people on this team currently doing it. And we know that this is the one place where you can do it at. Nothing can hold you back. There's not a single handicap. There's not a single physical issue. There have been network marketers who have done it. You just got to figure out if you want to be the next one. You just got to figure out if you want to be the next one. And I mean, we have had network marketers who could not hear. They lost their hearing. It's just part of life. They figured it out, still became top earners. Network marketers who could not see. One of my network marketing friends from my first company, multiple 6-figure a year earner, couldn't see. Just didn't matter. Didn't matter. He was like, this is the only way that I can provide for my family, but my visibility is not a true handicap. I can talk to anybody. So he said, my wife will drive me anywhere I need to go. We go get this money. And they did. They ended up becoming network marketing millionaires. Yeah, I need to check on them, see how they're doing. But yeah, but that was nothing to hold you back here. This is an even playing field, okay? That's 2 things about network marketing no other industry is doing. No other industry will even allow it. It's not even possible, okay? Nothing wrong with jobs in other industries, but they're just not designed for you to give 100%, 110, 120%, and then give you your dream lifestyle in return, okay? So that's what we said. That's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. We got back-to-back calls tomorrow. Super excited about that. Back-to-back calls on Thursday. And then I will see y'all on Sunday. And we'll be talking more about the health challenge and some more mindset work as well. Thank you so much, Coach Marcus. Thank you, Coach Seymour. Thank you, Miriam, for hosting as always. Good night. God bless. And we will see y'all on the next one.